Websites built with Claude Code are easy to spot. They look generic and are clearly AI. But what if I told you this beautiful website was built fully with Claude Code in just a couple of minutes? Everyone thinks they get AI slop because they prompt wrong. But you get slop because Claude is missing 4 things out of the box and no prompt can fix it. There are 6 levels of Claude Code websites, and most people are stuck at level 1 without even knowing it. In the next few minutes, I will take one website through all 6 levels. And it's easy to follow even if you never touched Claude Code before. You can find all materials and instructions in the description box below. Let's get started. But before we can get started, we need the Claude Code client. It's super simple to install and works on Mac and Windows. In the instructions, you can find it under level 0. You simply visit this website here. Here you simply create an account. Then you have to choose a plan and simply follow this link to get Claude Code. Once done that, we can go to level 1. Level 1 is a simple prompt. For example, let's take this one. Build me a website for a ceramic coating business in Austin, Texas. Make it look good and do not use any skills. This last part I included because I already have skills installed. But if you're starting from scratch, you don't have them yet. In the next levels, I will show you exactly how to do it. First, we open the client and click here on code. Then we start a new conversation here and select here our folder. Once we've done that, we simply paste our prompt here. Then we select Fable 5 and click enter. This process will now take a few seconds. Alright, Claude just finished. And we see here the result. Like you can see, it's this typical AI slope. It has this purple gradient, the dark theme, and generic information. But in general, it looks like a boring AI-generated website, and it's really easy to spot, like with these 4 elements, the typical fonts, and so on. Nothing really impressive. That's why we will now take this website to level 2 with references. So what this basically means, we go to one of these websites, for example, 21st Dev, and here we can find a bunch of elements that we can use for our website. For example, this globe, or this Twitter badge, or more crazy elements like this one. But really depends on what you want to use it for. For example, I found this element with this dotted surface, what reminds me of a ceramic coating. And the best part about these elements, they're already made for dark and light theme, for example here. And they're optimized for desktop and mobile view. So on level 2, we will provide Claude Code with a reference, and he will take care of the implementation. For example, we click now on copy prompt, and now we instruct Claude to implement it. Hey Claude, take the following element and include it in the website. Also take it as reference to adjust all other elements to this style. And then we simply paste this element here and click enter. This will now take a couple of minutes. Alright, Claude just finished. We have now to click here open, and we see Claude adjusts the whole website. It has a total different vibe and looks already much better. And it's not just the hero section. It's the whole website that got adjusted with this style. The advantage when you're using websites like 21st Dev is they're created by real designers. That means that people with lots of experience and really good taste create these curated elements. And that's why this website looks now much better. If you just let Claude Code create the whole website without any reference, he creates a website that's the average of all websites in the web available. And most of them are garbage or example websites and so on. But that's not all. Now it's time to take the website to the next level, and it's with real content. Up until now, content on the website was a subtopic. Claude didn't do enough research, he didn't check the details, and so on. That's why we do now some deep research on ceramic coating business, especially in Austin, Texas. For that, first figure out which topics this research should cover. Then spin up a sub-agent for each topic. Each sub-agent has to summarize the most important information and give enough details to fully fill out the website. We're using sub-agents so the main context window doesn't get filled out. We're doing this because when the context window gets too full, the performance of the main agents gets degraded. By typing in /context, we can see the current context window. And when the context window gets too full, like 80% or so, then the performance decreases significantly, depending on the task. That's why we're using the sub-agents. And we also instruct the main agents to use the results of the research and save it in an MD file. And then use this information from the research to adjust the whole page. And this way, we take it to the next level. We paste it here and click enter. This process will now take some minutes. Alright, the main agent's just finished. He figured out that the following 5 topics were important. So for example, competition and landscape, services and technical accuracy, pricing, climate and local hook, and customers and conversion, like real FAQs, objections, warranties, and so on. Then she spun up 5 sub-agents to do research on this topic, what enables Claude to create a high converting website. This enables Claude to create a website that doesn't just look good, but also is high converting and convinces the customer to take the service. He also creates a research MD file that you can check out. And especially when you're an expert in this field or doing some client work, you double check this information here. And depending on your needs, you let Claude adjust it. But for now, it's fine. And like you can see, the whole website got adjusted with the right informations here. And this improves the website significantly from a business perspective. And now we are ready to take the website to level 4. Skills and blueprints. For level 4, we will leverage skills. Here are some of them. Let's take this one, for example. This skill gives Claude Code instructions and the knowledge to create beautiful websites, even without references. But when you used references before, it can still improve the website because in the instructions are clearly explained what not to do and what really works. This way you can avoid 90% of what makes a website look like AI-generated slop. And these skills are optimized for multiple domains like SaaS, e-commerce, healthcare, and so on. So now let's install the skill and further improve our website to level 4. First, you open this website that you can find in instructions. Then you scroll down to installation, and then we're using Claude Code to install these skills. For this, we need to execute these 2 commands. So we copy them. We open up a new conversation for that, so we don't fill up the context window of our main agent that creates the website. And then we paste the instructions here and click enter. Like you can see, we received now this following error message. That means we need to open Claude in the terminal. For that, we open up the terminal and we type in here Claude. And then we execute this both commands one by one. This one was successful. And now this one. Here we select install for you. Now we're finished and we can now use the skill. Let's copy the name of the skill here. Go to Claude. And now we instruct Claude to use this skill to further improve the website. Claude, further improve the following website by using the following skill. And then we press enter. Alright, Claude just finished. And he caught multiple things that were not optimal and fixed them. Thanks to the best practices and detailed instructions how to do great websites, Claude fixed all the errors and further improved the website. And these are small things, like there was no mobile navigation at all. Now we can see here's this mobile navigation. Or other things that you would usually not think about it. For example, keyboard accessibility. These are mostly non-obvious things that could potentially ruin the user experience, even if the website looks great. And this is how we got this website to level 4. Level 5 is image and videos. Custom-made images and videos are what makes your website truly unique, because it gives your website a character nobody can easily copy. So the idea for level 5 is a hero section where the dotted surface bounces on a real car instead of randomly on the website. To fulfill this goal, we need a hero image. For that, we will be using this prompt, and we need the mask. This is the key to this idea, so Claude can make sure that the dotted surface is bouncing only where the car actually is. Just wait a few seconds, you will know exactly what I mean. So we're starting with this hero image. First, we need to go to a website like KaiAI or Higgsfield and so on. Once we're here, we have to select the model. I highly recommend Nano 2. We just paste our prompt here and click run. This process takes a couple of seconds. Alright, this image looks already great. We download it here. Then we go back to our instructions and copy the mask prompt. Then we go back to Nano 2. Drag and drop this image there and replace it with the mask prompt and click again run. And now we got the perfect mask of the car. This is needed for Claude so he can make sure that the dotted surface is only in the white area here. We also download this. By the way, if you don't know what the mask is, it's basically a silhouette of the car, like you can see here. Now we instruct Claude to create our hero section. First we provide both images. Claude, adjust the hero section. I wanted to use the car and have the dotted surface bouncing only on the car. I also provided you the mask of the car, so you can use it to adjust the dotted surface only for the car. And we press enter. Alright, Claude just finished our level 5. And like you can see, the dotted surface is only on the car. Thanks to this mask, Claude knew exactly where to place the dots and make the surface bounce here, what represents a ceramic coating. So it's the protection that outshines the Texas sun. And when we go down to the website, we still see the dotted surface bouncing, what gives a nice vibe to the website. And now it's time to take the website to level 6. It's called agent mode. So basically what we do now is to add a chat bubble to our website. This way, customers can ask questions about the service, book appointments, and so on. To achieve this goal, we open up this website here, select here pop-up, and then we can customize this chat bubble here. For example, we can change the icon here, we can change the background color, make it white, and so on. Here, multiple options. We can also change the tooltip. So it says here, do you have any questions? Once we configure this chat bubble to our liking, we click step 2, connect. For this, we need to go to nn.io and create an account here. Once you create an account, you should see this dashboard. Here, click create workflow, click the 3 dots, and simply select import from file, and select ceramic chatbot.json that you can also find in the instructions. Once done that, you click here publish, publish again, and then you double click here on this chat icon, and simply copy this URL and paste it here. Last step is you click embed, and then you click copy here. Claude, add the following chat bubble to our website. And then we paste this code here and click enter. Now Claude Code will take care of the implementation. By the way, this agent can have multiple functions. For example, right now it's only answering questions about ceramic coating for cars. But we can also make sure that he can book appointments, give details about pricing, and even handle objections from the customer. If you're interested how to do this, join my school community. Here we have multiple lessons how to make this AI agents and have multiple Claude Code tutorials to take your website and apps to the next level. Alright, Claude just finished, and now we have a chat bubble on our website where customers can ask questions and book appointments and so on. And if you want to take this business to the next level by creating an app where customers can have subscriptions, book appointments, and even collect the reward points, make sure to check out this video.